It is about high time that we start seeing some rut action. Honestly, have not really seen a whole lot going on. I did some scouting the other day and found a few more rubs and scrapes, so I know that there's buck in the area. But the problem is today, it is, you want to guess? It's 70 degrees outside right now. On November 1st, what's that? What's going on there? I don't know. It's too wet to do any farming, so I got the day off and you kind of got to take advantage of the days that you have. So here we are on a 70-degree day on November 1st, and we're going to go try to shoot a buck. I just walked down into the bottom here where I'm hunting tonight in this lock on, and my wind is doing all sorts of weird stuff, so I'm gonna put out this stuff. This is Evercalm. I've seen this stuff work. Now, of course, like anything in life, sometimes it doesn't work, but it's kind of that insurance just in case something happens. So if you haven't checked out Evercalm, check it out. There'll be a link in the description. I've had it work more times than not, but you know, every now and again it doesn't really do anything, but it's that insurance. It's like 15 bucks. Comes in a deodorant stick. It's worth trying out. I'm just gonna do this right here. So for those of you who are filming your hunts, always bring extra SD cards with you, because I forgot to take mine out of the computer and put it back in my camera. So yeah, just bring extra cards with you. It'll save your butt. Hey! Hey! Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Dude. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy shoot. Oh my word. Guys, I just smoked a buck. I just smoked a buck. So, I just shot a buck. I don't know if you can see, so behind me, there's a big doe. Came running down, like I happened to be standing up, and I heard a bunch of crashing. I turned, and here comes this doe come running down through here. And at first I was just like, oh, a doe, it's just a doe. And then I was like, wait, it's the rut, there's gonna be a buck. And I turn and look, and here comes this buck chasing down through. And he's not a giant. He's not the biggest one that I've seen. He's not the biggest one on camera, but I did have this thing on camera. I just saw a rack, and I was like, he's decent. He's a good buck. I'm not letting this deer walk. The last time I shot a buck was 2 years ago, and last year was such a difficult hunting season. I only got one doe, and it was during gun season. I didn't get a buck. I wasn't able to shoot a buck. I hardly saw any buck, and I was like, I'm not letting this deer walk. I happened to get the camera turned on in time before I shot. I don't know if I got him on camera, but I mean, you guys saw. I knew that this deer was not stopping. I bleated at him when he was right here. He didn't stop, and so I had to yell at him, full on yell at him. Hey! Hey! To get him to stop running. He was in a tricky spot where he stopped, and I had to kind of lean out. And I shot, and it was kind of high front, so it hit his shoulder, and he just dropped. I think I hit his lung, but he was kicking around, so I stuck another one in him. And I think I hit more lung. It was a little lower that time because he was laying down when I shot. Unfortunately, he is still alive right now. I'm watching. He's not going anywhere. I can tell his breathing is getting harder and harder. It's a really unfortunate situation because as a hunter, you want to make the most ethical shot as possible, but in a situation like this where he stopped in a really bad spot, you can't really do much about it. So I have another arrow knocked just in case. I'm pretty sure he's not going anywhere, but he's a nice buck. I'm happy with him. He's a big body deer, a lot like the last buck I shot 2 years ago. Thank you, Lord. Same stand I shot my doe out of. Exact same stand. Like this stand it's producing, man. It is producing. I'll get back to you guys when he expires. Dude, it's a pretty buck. It's a pretty buck, man. Dude, look how, he's an old deer. That's an old buck. Oh, that's pretty. That is a pretty deer. You stink too, bud. Look at the nose on him. He's an old deer. He's an old deer. Pretty buck. There he is. He's not the biggest buck by any means, but he's a very pretty deer. And I saw him running down through and I was like, I gotta shoot that deer. I haven't shot a buck in 2 years. I'm on the same harvest crew I was on last year, so I'm missing a lot of the really good days to hunt. And kind of got to take advantage of the days that you get. And with this guy presenting the opportunity that he did, I wasn't going to pass him up because he's a good solid buck. He's a mature deer. That's the big thing. If he was a 1 or 2 year old deer, I would have let him walk. But I saw him running through and the size of his body, and now looking at his nose, this is an old deer, very old deer. He's going to give a lot of meat, and he's just a very pretty deer too. So 8-point mature buck, 2022 bow kill. Out of the same stand I shot my doe out of. We got quite the streak going this year. This is a lot better than last year, so. Oh boy, this has got me excited. He's out past the ears. That's a key thing. That's probably the first thing I noticed, is he was out past the ears. He was wide enough. I was like, all right, he's a good buck. We're gonna shoot him. So that's my deer, 2022. Let's tag him and we'll get him cut up. We got our work cut out for us tonight. And don't worry guys, I have got 5 tags left. They're all doe tags, but still got tags left, and my brother's still got his buck tag and all his tags. So we still got hunting to do, guys. I'm not done hunting. This is just the beginning. There we go.
When did you shoot that?
An hour ago.
5 minutes ago?
An hour.
Dude, that's a moose.
Yeah, he's all but 250 probably.
Oh my word. Awesome. Right here? He might have been the one I saw the other morning.
Maybe.
Just skirting up along. Yeah, he's scarred up. That was from years ago.
Year, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my word. He's got to be 125, right?
He's
130?
100.
Oh.
And just like that, another deer down. It's a long time coming. It's been 2 years since I shot a buck. Last year was such a difficult year. Just didn't get it done. Got a doe last year, but that was the only deer I shot. This year, we're off to a much better start. 2 deer down by November 1st. I got 5 more doe tags left. 3 for the cabin, 2 for here. Well, 3 for the cabin unit and 2 for the unit that I live in. So there's some public land that I want to try hunting. So try to spread them out if we can. Also, my brother still got his tags. Deer were moving, deer were chasing. This one was chasing a doe, like I said. I wish I would have got better video of it, but I had about 5 seconds from the moment I saw the deer to grab my bow. So like I saw the deer, flicked the camera on, grabbed my bow and yelled at him, and we got it done. That's all that matters. I scored him at 104 inches, so he's not a monster, but he was 16 inches inside spread. He'd be a lot bigger if he had taller tines, but he's a great buck, and I'm super happy with him. He is an absolute tank of a deer. I mean, that's him compared to the tractor. He is not a small dude. He is huge body-wise. So all I hope is that that twine doesn't break or that his tendons don't give out, because that would not be good. I mean, that's baler twine from a big baler, and it's designed to hold together 1,000-pound big bales. Should be able to hold a 250-pound deer. Anyway, the plan with this deer is I'm going to take it to where I took my doe and donate the meat. We want to make jerky, and I don't want to use a rotten buck for jerky. He stinks like crazy. He's been rotten, or at least it's just started rotten. Yeah, he's very smelly, and I don't really want a buck full of testosterone for a jerky. I'd rather shoot a nice tender doe, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna wait for a nice tender doe. I got a couple more. I got plenty more doe tags. Plenty more. So we're gonna donate this meat. There's gonna be a lot of meat on this deer, and there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna enjoy it. So that's the plan. So I just donated that deer just like I did my last doe. And again, I'll give a quick plug for Hunter Share the Harvest. That's HSH. If you live in Pennsylvania and you want to donate deer, check them out. HSH.org, I believe, or just Google Hunter Share the Harvest. I think last year alone, there were 200,000 pounds of venison donated. So that was pretty cool. And I asked the guy when I donated this deer, I asked him if he gets a lot of people in there donating, and he said he does. So it's a really cool thing. Again, check it out. If you don't know what to do with your deer meat, or you got too much, or you just like to hunt and you don't need the meat, go ahead and donate it. Check them out. Doe or buck, I just donated this buck. And he said, what do you want with the horns? I said, just hold on, just like take the cape off and call me when you're done. So that's what he's gonna do. Deer donated, buck down, 5 tags left. Let's keep this train rolling. Also, that is a absolutely gorgeous sunset. Oh my word, that's pretty. God is good.